Hey everybody, for this video I wanted to cover how to pull a video off of YouTube and save it on your computer as a video file. And some of you might be asking, why would I ever need to do that? YouTube links are quick and easy, and most programs that you would ever use in the classroom play nicely with YouTube these days. The answer is, if you've ever experienced the pain of being mid-presentation and clicking on a video link and getting the dreaded file not found or content removed message, and you might appreciate the ability to pull a YouTube video off and keep it safe and warm on your laptop where you know it will always be there for you. The other two things that I've run into that I like doing this for is ads. You don't have to worry about pulling up a link and getting a 15-second Prilosec ad that totally wrecks the flow and the transition, and you don't have to worry about being halfway through a video and getting another 15-second ad for the new 2020 Hyundai. Which also can wreck the engagement and the sort of the flow of what you're trying to do. The last one is that even though the videos that you're showing are probably always going to be school appropriate, the thumbnails for the suggested videos that pop up next to it might not be. And I've had a couple of situations where something gross or silly showed up and it was distracting, and I've even had a couple of situations where like, oh man, I better close that window real quick because I don't want any kids seeing that thumbnail that just popped up for CNN showing somebody going through a violent situation, or maybe something that isn't totally school appropriate, and so on. In any case, if any of that stuff sounds useful and you would like to be able to pull some of your video links, then the first thing you're going to need is a program called VLC. Do a quick Google for VLC, you'll find it pretty easily. VLC has been around for years and years. I'm sure a lot of you have already heard of it. And even if you don't want to do what I'm talking about right now, VLC might still be useful to you because it will play almost anything that is video or audio. So if you've got a file that you've been having trouble getting to play, then give VLC a try. Chances are that it will play it no problem. And also, if you've got a file that's in a format that you want to change, say you've got an MP4 and you want to change it into a different video format because you want to integrate it with some other program that you're using that doesn't like MP4s or whatever, VLC will actually convert a lot of different file formats for you. So there's a good chance that VLC will be able to swap the file that you're having a hard time with into a more friendly file format. In any case, you're going to want to pick whichever one you want. Mac for me in this case. And then download should stop automatically, or should start automatically, I should say. If it doesn't, there's a link that you can click on to manually get it going. In any case, once you've got the program installed, you should have a little traffic cone looking guy like this, VLC. And when you click on that, you'll get a user interface that looks like this. It's not terribly pretty, but it is pretty straightforward. A little bit of playing, you can figure out what all of this stuff does. And you can't quite see it in my screen capture, but it has the standard file, edit, view kind of options at the top of the screen as well. So what we're going to do is next we're going to go to YouTube and find a video that we like. So let's try the one that we are actually working on in biology right now is Mendelian genetics, heredity, Punnett squares, and pedigrees and whatnot. So let's do heredity from Crash Course. I want to save this video. Here's a perfect example of what I was talking about. Now I got to watch a Geico ad, but I don't want to do that in class. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find my video. I can either copy the entire URL from the bar up here, or if you right click on this little progress bar here, you can copy the video URL, or actually if you don't want the entire video but maybe a particular part of it, you can move the slider to the part that you actually want, and when you right click on it, you can copy the video URL at the current time. So if you've got maybe an hour and a half long documentary on YouTube and you just want part of it, you can clip the front part and have it start right at the point that you actually need. But for now, I'm going to take the whole URL. I'm going to go back to VLC and I'm going to click on File, which gives me a bunch of options here. The one I want right now is Open Network. And that gives me a little place to punch in web addresses. Like I said, this will work with YouTube flawlessly. It works with a couple of other streaming websites, but honestly, I found that it tends to be a little bit touchy about other stuff. So YouTube, it's pretty reliable. You can try it with other streaming sites and just kind of see what happens. But just keep in mind that the only one that I've found consistently works is YouTube. So anyway, once I've got the address in here, I'll click open and VLC should automatically start playing my video. Hey, there we go. There's Hank right there. I know it's working, so I'm going to hit stop. I'm going to make sure that my video is highlighted, so if I have multiple files, if I've been doing this to a bunch of different videos, you'll start building a playlist here. I want to make sure that the one that I want is actually selected. And I'm going to go back to file again, and I'm going to choose convert stream. And then what I need to do is click on the video in the playlist and drag it to this box right here. And then I'm going to customize what format. I can do MP4, WebM, TS. I don't even know what half of these things are. I'm going to stick with MP4 right now. And then I can either stream it, which has a bunch of different applications that I'm actually not terribly good at right now. What I want to do is save as a file. And then I can actually browse where I want it to go and what I want it to be called. So I'm going to call this CC Heredity. And I'm going to put it right on my desktop so we can see it as it's being made. I'm going to hit save there, which tells that those are the settings I want to use. I'm going to hit save here. And then what I need to do is give it a little bit of time. It doesn't quite play in real time. It goes a little bit faster than normal, but you do need to let this finish. So if I try to shut my computer off now and run off to lunch or something like that, it's actually going to kind of mess it up. But I can just kind of leave this going, and I can even minimize it and put it away for now. And what you'll see is somewhere on your desktop, you'll have a little MP4 video. Right now it's partially done, but I will see in a few moments that it's all done and ready to go. So I'm going to pause here and fast forward time. Welcome from the future, or I guess a little bit less in the past since this is pre-recorded. In any case, you can see that my video just has a few seconds left and it's finishing right now. And so video LAN codec has finished its job, and you can see that my icon changed from a little film strip into a video thumbnail. And now I have a shiny new MP4 on my desktop of the Crash Course episode of Heredity. So now I can do anything I want with this. I can play it right here on my laptop screen if I want to hook this up to the projector in class. I can actually upload this into Google Drive and link to it from there, similar to what I do with YouTube links, but now as a safe file that I know will be there until I decide to delete it or whatever I want to do. And no thumbnails, no ads, or anything like that. And I can even trim it down to just clips if I just want a small portion of it. I hope this helps somebody or myself in the future when I forget how to do it, like just like everything else. And I hope you guys have a great day.